Hello everyone! Welcome back to Swords and Stitches. It has a name now. I'm Dodger, and this is Jesse Cox, my lovely assistant. How are you?
Stop it, you.
Today, we are going to be making Skyrim coasters, much like the one that I am using to place my coffee upon right now. It's actually a very, very easy process, and I figured, since Jesse has a never-ending Skyrim Let's Play, maybe he would be the perfect guest. So, first thing that you're gonna need
Okay, whoa.
is a completely mangled map of Skyrim. I took the map, I laid it out, I kind of figured out all of the different places that I wanted to make sure were on coasters. And then I took ceramic tile, which I found at Home Depot. You can find it at most just like stores with power tools and such. These are 4x4s, and I wanted ones that were kind of like messed up because we are gonna be kind of messing these up so that they look a little bit worn. But I basically just placed it on the map and then outlined it, and that's all that I did.
You're so smart.
Oh, thank you.
I would have just cut squares and been like, why don't they fit?
The other thing that you're gonna need is Mod Podge. Mod Podge is a glue that is also a sealant. So at first it's gonna go on, it's gonna look like Elmer's glue, and you're gonna be like, I've ruined it. But it dries completely clear, and it's a really nice finish, actually. I got the matte kind, there's also gloss, if you want it to be super shiny and whatever. As a last coat to make sure that it's completely sealed off from condensation and all that, we're gonna use either polyurethane spray or a clear acrylic spray.
I think we've laid the groundwork. First, destroy maps. Then,
Go
take
on.
pieces of marble,
Yep.
and pour goop on it. That's my steps. That's for the guys watching. Guys, if you're gonna do this, that's how you do it.
So the first step that I think you're gonna like a lot. So we're gonna take the untainted squares.
Windhelm, I call Windhelm.
You want Windhelm?
Yes.
Okay, make sure that it's
Yeah, the other-
crumpled perfectly because I'm going to have you crumple all of these up into balls. And then once you've crumpled it up into a ball, you're going to hand it to me.
Is there a
And
way that
then-
am I crumpling this way or this way?
You know when you were in school and you didn't want a piece of paper anymore and you crumpled it up into a ball? Yes, that's all that I wanted it to be. So now that your papers have been crumpled up into a ball and then lovingly pulled back out into a discernible shape, what we're gonna do is, on these ones I've already done the distress work, but we're gonna just fray the edges and we're gonna just, if these big old divots happen, we're gonna embrace them and be really happy about them because it gives it some character. I expected you to spend more time crumpling things into balls because they take a while. Well, I mean, you don't have to. Like, you can help me with the distressing process if you want. But here.
It's crumpling it into a ball. How hard was it for you to do the first time?
The way that I distress the paper is I take a pair of scissors,
Scissors.
and then I hold onto it like this.
Holding.
And then just kind of scrape along the edge.
You gotta do it like a man would do it.
No, because see, then you're scraping up against that. You have to make sure that it's just the edge so that you're not ruining.
But it looks like it's ruined.
That is true. You know what, Jesse? I'm not gonna stifle your creativity. You do you.
Thank you.
You do whatever
Thank you.
you gotta do. Okay, so now that we have an assortment of frayed ones, which one was yours?
Which one's the best? Because that's the one that I did.
It's probably this one. I
It does
believe.
look the most frayed.
And it has this perfect little notch right there. I
It's
think
almost like someone cut it
you
rather
know,
than fray it
it
because
looks-
he gave up.
fantastic. We are going to defile a poor magazine so that we have
Is that
something
Rachel
to work
Ray?
on every day with Rachel Ray. I'm so sorry, Rachel Ray. I love you, and I think that you're fantastic.
I've always wanted to defile you, Rachel Ray. So.
I knew you were gonna make that joke. I'm so glad that you didn't let me down.
High five.
Yes. So I'm gonna give you piggy banks,
Yes.
and I'm gonna
Holy
get
crap! This is the side
an
we need.
omelet.
Hello, senor. I am the piggy bank.
So now what we're gonna do is we're going to take 2 tiles.
Two
each.
tiles.
And the first part of the adhesing process is going to be using a fancy sponge brush.
Yes.
These come in huge packs, obviously. They're very cheap. And you always want to use something like this that's disposable with Mod Podge because there's no You can't save them. After you've used it, it's dead. It's just how it is. So now we have our little disposable cups, and we're gonna pour a little bit of Mod Podge in there. I have definitely just used it straight out of the bottle, but because I have a friend, we're gonna pour a little bit in each.
You stir it, right?
You can if you want.
I just did.
You're gonna spread a pretty healthy layer
Okay.
onto your tile.
Is this
So
healthy enough?
Just glob it on there.
It's like I'm
Yep.
icing a cake.
That
made
is
of-
healthy.
Made of stone.
Just make sure.
It's a caveman cake.
Make sure to get all of the corners, like just
Get
off
the
of,
little divot groovy things
off
too.
of the corners. Get the divoties.
Keep that in. Don't you edit that out, editor.
I'm sorry.
Swear to God. Feel like I went overboard with this.
No, you did perfectly. Just try to even it out. Now, you get to choose whichever one you want. Do you want Windhelm?
Windhelm.
Yes. I'll take Solitude. And so
No one likes those.
you're gonna
from
just
Solitude.
line it up.
Okay, line it up like this.
And once it's down, you don't want to move it too much because it's gonna make the Mod Podge goop up a little bit.
It's a little lopsided.
Oh, see if you can just shift it a little bit.
I'm shifting. Full shift mode activate.
Shifting. I happen to have this perfect little thing that I would
Oh, it
use
has
on
your
mine.
name on it.
But another thing that you can do is
Spock will
soft
mount
side,
mine.
not
wait.
hard side. You can do that. Just one on top of the other. And then we want to do this one right away too. Oh, you were just so wise, Spock.
I don't know what he said. Let's do this one no, that one's garbage.
Because we crumpled them up and made them all aged looking, they're not gonna wanna flatten out too easily. So that's why we're putting things on top of them to make sure that they flatten out and they don't need to be on there for very long.
Does it matter if the goop gets on top?
It doesn't really. You'll wanna, here, I can actually,
I'm wiping it off with my man hands.
no,
Is
I
that
can give
okay?
you another sponge brush. You can just scoop a little bit off at a
Scoop
time.
that goop.
And if it gets on top of it, remember it dries clear. So it's
Hashtag scoop that goop.
Scoop that goop. We're gonna do layer 2, but first,
Oh, layer 2.
First, we're gonna go around the edges and try to kind of push them down. And if they'll curve along the edge, that's what you want. If they won't do it, it'll happen with this next layer. But if I'm able to do it this first time around, it's kind of nice. Don't worry.
Oh, this is gonna be taken out of context.
So now,
Yeah,
we're ready for the next layer.
like this.
Yep, and again, you're
Now,
gonna do
how
just a
thin?
heat,
Just a bunch of it?
healthy layer.
Are we talking like American healthy or rest of the world healthy?
Talking American healthy.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, there you go. That's more what I'm talking about. And you do want to even it out so that there aren't just like big gloopy bits. And because we pushed everything so that it possibly goes along the side, along the edges, you're just gonna want to brush toward the edge so that you don't pull anything up, but...
Am I good then?
Oh, it looks perfect. It looks perfect. And now we let this sit until it's completely clear, which is about 15 minutes. So...
I'm gonna stare awkwardly at the camera.
All right, so we have now applied 4 layers of Mod Podge to this. After the first layer, if you want, you can kind of smooth out. If there are any bubbles, you can kind of do this all over it, which is what I like to do, so that you can still see all of the little creases that we made from balling it up, but you don't have a bunch of weirdness going on, right? So now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to a very well-ventilated area, or we are going to wear safety masks, and we're going to spray them down with the acrylic sealer. And that's literally the last step. Once this has dried, you can use these as coasters. Oh wait, no, there's another step. Oh, what have I done? Guys, there's another step.
Go on. What's this other step?
The very last part
Uh-huh.
is after we've put on the acrylic sealer and it's dried, I forgot that also because these are tiles and they're gonna be hard on like wood surfaces and things, we're going to also put cork on the bottom. And that's the last step, and then you can have your tiles. I'm sorry that I led you astray, but I promise that that's the very end. All right, so they're all sealed. Are you excited? Are you ready
I am.
to put some cork on the bottom?
Now, this is the last part, right?
This is the absolute last part. And what's
Okay.
great is that you can get really thin cork with an adhesive side. So all you have to do is use your kindergarten skills again.
They've thought of everything.
I know. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna roll this out like this and take, let's do Windhelm, shall we?
Nice.
We're gonna take Windhelm and put him down like that. We can just make a small incision there and then put it off to the side. And then we just cut a square. But I mean, if you want to, you can make sure that it's an actual absolute square, but it's really not necessary. We've got that. We flip this guy upside down. You just peel off the paper, line it up, and place it down. You have your cork, and you have your beautiful finished tile that will not mess up your table.
An 8-piece set for when you have 7 of your closest friends over to drink root beers.
Yes, to drink all of the man drinks, right?
Like mead. Mm-hmm. That's a man drink.
That's definitely a man
that
drink.
a Nord would drink.
Right?
The one that I said was that.
I was willing to roll with it. I was willing to just let it be a thing.
Oh, saints preserve us, us Nordic people.
So that is the coaster project. I hope that you had fun watching it, and if you decide to do it, I hope that you send us pictures. And again, you can do this with literally any map. I had a friend who I was talking about this project with, and she was saying that she really wanted to do it where
Anime
she
characters.
cut out
Anime characters.
the places that were important to she and her husband, and then made little romantic coasters. So like you can make these cutesy, or you can make them epic.
Or you can make them out of anime characters.
Or you can make them out of anime characters. Really, it's up to you. I hope that you enjoyed. Thank you again, Jesse,
It was my pleasure.
for being here with me. And I hope that you enjoy the coasters. And yeah, join us here next time for Swords and Stitches. Bye-bye. Mwah.